So the question is this: how are moms like us, who has no clarity about careers in our teenage years, how do we help our children get clarity in theirs? How do we guide them so they get clarity not only about their future careers, but also to be financially aware so they have the skills and the knowledge that will help them in their daily life? That is the question, and this channel will give you the answers. Hi, my name is Cindy Tan, and welcome to The Busy Mom. I love quotes, especially the motivational ones. I find them really inspiring, and there is a lot of truth in most of them, especially those about learning. One quote I really like is "Success leaves clues." I love it because it's so true that you can literally just study the people who have been successful at the exact thing or something similar to what you want to do and then go do it yourself. And I believe this is especially useful when it comes to creating a battle plan for our children. So what is a battle plan? A battle plan is the strategy and tactic that's used by the military when dealing with a difficult situation. And I think getting clarity about career falls under a difficult situation category. And as moms, we definitely need to have a battle plan in place when we are trying to support our children as they go on a journey exploring what they want to do after secondary school. Whether going to university, what course to study, or those who want to join the workforce. Do they go down the apprenticeship route, or maybe something more entrepreneurial perhaps? I remember my daughter when she was at the beginning of her journey in deciding what career to pursue. I remember how lost she was about the whole process. School was really good at helping out with the application process, but obviously they are quite limited in what they could do in helping students decide what course to apply to. That is when I realized that my daughter needed my support. Year 12 and year 13 are really intensive years, and students have so much to do. In those 2 years, they have school, they have work experience, they have to apply to university. And depending on what you want to study at university, you may have to sit for additional exams before you can apply. So yes, I would say that our children definitely need our support. The research was time consuming, but seeing how happy my daughter is, it really is worth it. Once I realized my daughter needed my support, I decided to come up with a battle plan for our journey. So here are 5 tips when creating a battle plan. The first one is self-reflection. The first thing to do is assess where you are so you know your starting point. Ask yourself why you're doing this. This is really important because if you know from the start why you're doing something, it helps you to stay the path when you hit a roadblock, when fear or self-doubt steps in. When your inner critic pops up, making you question what you're doing or whether you are doing the right thing. Knowing your why, the reason you are doing this, is also important because you may get people trying to discourage you, creating fear and doubt in your mind. People who seem to be supportive of you may also be the one discouraging you from being your best, which in return will stop you from coming up with the best resources. The second one is to set goals. Set goals about what you're trying to achieve. Like all ventures, this is an emotional journey. There's going to be ups and downs and challenges along the way. And so it is important that both you and your child are clear about your end goal. Make sure you're on the same page and that you are both traveling on the same road. The third one is to set expectations. So there is a saying, do what you have to do in order to do what you want to do. Life can be tough when you're trying to achieve your goals. We've all been there where we are stuck doing something we don't like and we procrastinate, so we never achieve what we set out to achieve. I learned a long time ago not to be taken in by potential. I've seen many people with potential who never achieve what they set out to achieve because they just don't put in the work. So the third thing to do is to have a conversation with your child. Set the expectations of what you need, of what needs to be done. It is important to have this conversation because they are at that age where you can't force them to do anything. So for this to work, they need to be on board. Because at the end of the day, they are the ones who have to do the work. Now the fourth one is success leaves clues. Like I said, I love reading, and as someone who is curious by nature, I enjoy reading biographies, especially people who have had success in the areas that I'm interested in. With some exceptions, for example, Elon Musk. Not many of us want to build a spaceship or colonize Mars. But there are countless of people out there who are successful in the areas that we want to be successful in. So my tip number 4 is to have a think about what you're trying to achieve. Is there someone out there who has successfully done what you're trying to achieve? Can you reach out to them? Can you speak to them? Sometimes it could be someone you know, so it doesn't have to be someone famous. The fifth one is proximity is power. My fifth and final tip is to surround yourself with people who are already successful and getting the results that you want. Being in close proximity with people who have already done it, you will be challenged and be motivated to do what you need to do. And the best thing, you have someone you can go to for advice, someone who has done what you're trying to do. So they understand your pain and your challenges. So that are my 5 tips in creating a better plan. Or those are the things that I did when I created the better plan for my children. I hope you have found this useful. If you have, click on the subscribe button so that many more will come to know of this channel and of this message. Thank you so much for your time.